Jaron Boots Ennis and Brian Norman Jr. Either they playing games or their teams playing games. But I'm going to say they playing games because it's their job to know what's going on with their career. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications, and catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by our live streams and our videos that we do. And hit me up if you want to debate. My email address is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Or you can just come by the channel while I'm live and we can debate right then and there. But let's get it cracking. Look, bro. Jaron Boots Ennis and Brian Norman Jr., it done gained a lot of traction. And I got to say salute to YSM Sports Media getting this shit popping, getting it cracking, and doing a great job of really bringing this fight to the forefront of people's attention and making people really want to tune in and pay attention to these two young fighters, quite possibly getting it on. But I got to call cap on everybody involved in this situation. I don't give a damn if you put the onus on Bozy Ennis, Jaron Ennis, Eddie Hearn, Brian Norman Jr., Brian Norman Sr., Bob Arum, Top Rank. I don't care who you put the onus on. Brian Norman's management team. I don't care who you put the onus on. All I know is this, bro. Brian Norman Jr. is slated to be on Keyshawn Davis's undercard and make his first title defense in that area for Keyshawn Davis' homecoming fight. Brian Norman team know this. Top Rank know this. Brian Norman himself know this. All right? Then you got Jaron Boots Ennis. Bro, his team know you already been ordered to fight Karen. You either fighting Karen or you coming up off that belt. Everybody know the IBF don't play that shit, bro. If they done already ordered some shit and you ain't already got a unification in play that you already working on, bro, they stripping your ass if you don't fight that mandatory fight, bro. And he already got a date that's done for Philly. That's done for him to fight in Philadelphia. And I think they think that a lot of fight fans are stupid because a lot of people get so excited on the prospects of just getting a fight that you want because we so starved for fights that people forget they common sense and how boxing really works. Brian Norman Jr. just upset Giovanni Santillan, who Top Rank had plans for. When he upset Giovanni Santillan, they had to switch their plans over to him, and by him becoming a world champion under his Top Rank contract, that extended his contract. Top Rank has no power in the 147-pound division, the welterweight division, one of the glamour divisions in boxing, other than the fact that they have a champion in the 147-pound division and Brian Norman Jr. What Brian Norman Jr. and Brian Norman Sr. and his team were expecting us to believe is that Top Rank is going to allow him, having just extended his contract, having just became champion, to go fight one of the most dangerous boxers in boxing in his own fucking hometown. When I reported to y'all maybe a month or two ago that they was looking to put Keyshawn Davis and Brian Norman Jr. on the same card, when they end up on the same goddamn card and they announced this lesser opponent, just remember that I told y'all this shit a month or two ago. Same thing for Jaron Boots Ennis. You having a homecoming fight. You just fought in Philly for the first time. They still trying to build you up. We all know that Karen was ordered before y'all even tried to send an offer, or your team tried to send an offer to Brian Norman Jr. He's fighting Karen, bro. He's fighting Karen. All right? And this idea that people had at the IBF after ordering the fight with Karen is going to somehow allow Jaron Boots Ennis to fight somebody else when they wouldn't even allow Canelo to fight nobody else, bro. Canelo wouldn't fight William Score. They stripped his ass. The IBF stay stripping people for not fighting their mandatory. Jaron Boots Ennis will be no different if he decides not to fight his mandatory. They stripped Terrence Crawford to give him the belt. And they knew Terrence Crawford had a signed contract with Earl Spence. They still stripped his ass. Like, yeah, you can fight this one fight. I don't give a damn about no rematch clause. You got a mandatory. You ain't fighting that bitch. We stripping your ass. Jaron Boots Ennis, you the new champion. All that is going on here, I can't stress this enough. Brian Norman knows that he's about to fight a subpar opponent. Jaron Boots Ennis knows that he's about to fight a subpar opponent. So they're building this shit up and using each other's name to give us something to talk about as it pertains to them, because we ain't gonna be talking about Boots versus Karen. But during the Boots lead up to Karen, we'll ask him about Brian Norman. That'll be a hotter topic. That'll keep his name buzzing. Whoever the hell Brian Norman about to fight, when they announce his opponent that he fighting, we don't care about that person, because it's a top rank, feed me, you know what I'm saying? New contract, make you look good, build your name up. That's what they own. So ain't nobody gonna care about who Brian Norman Jr. is fighting, bro. Ain't nobody gonna care about that. People gonna ask about Boots Ennis, and people gonna ask Boots Ennis about him. This is just so that, and I think Boots Ennis and Brian Norman, I think they cool and they in cahoots with the shit, to be real. I think Brian Norman Sr., Bozy Ennis, Boots Ennis, Brian Norman Jr., I think they all playing a part in this shit to build the fight up, number one. Number two, to get their name buzzing and shit. Because truth be told, they let the cat out the bag that they done already agreed to fight for Undisputed. That they already, you know, on some Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson shit. We gonna see each other later on down the line for everything. That's the shit they already admitted they own. Now it's trying to backtrack like, no, we can get it now. Well, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Boots Ennis will be fighting Karen Jajan. Brian Norman Jr. will be fighting some no-name opponent in his first title defense. And all this is smoke and mirrors to get fans talking about this shit, get fans going back and forth about the shit. Oh, Boots Ennis duck Brian Norman duck Boots Ennis. It builds the fight. It give us something to talk about. And then Jaron Boots Ennis can say, the only reason I'm fighting Karen, because Brian Norman ain't want no smoke. Brian Norman can say, the only reason I'm fighting this opponent I'm fighting, because Boots Ennis ain't want no smoke. It's all this shit is about, bro. It's all the fucking play that they trying to run on us as fight fans, bro. It's all that shit is. Because how the hell does Eddie Hearn send an offer to Brian Norman that Bozy Ennis don't know about? I know Boots Ennis is a grown ass man and he is on fighter, but he ain't making no move without his daddy knowing. He ain't making no move without his daddy knowing, bro. And then you got Brian Norman Sr. and Brian Norman Jr. talking about, yeah, we accepted the offer, but we came back with a counter offer too. And then this team said that they never got the counter offer, but we sent the counter offer. And like, bro, this shit all cap. This shit is all cap on both sides. I'm not saying Boots don't want to fight Brian Norman. I'm not saying Brian Norman don't want to fight Boots. I'm saying they know they ain't fighting right now. And it's all about saving face for Matchroom to try to make Boots Ennis feel like they tried to get him to fight. It's all about saving face for Top Rank to act like they opened to Brian Norman Jr. going over there to get the fight. You think Bob Arum finna let Brian Norman Jr. for his first title defense take his ass over to Philly, fight in Boots' hometown, in a fight that he gonna be a big underdog in, have everything against him for his champion's first goddamn title defense / unification? Top Rank ain't allowing that shit, man. They ain't got no other power in the 147-pound division other than Brian Norman, bro. The shit they try to sell us, man, be crazy to me, man. It really do, bro. But that's really all I got on it. I just want to make y'all aware, in case you ain't know, Boots Ennis Brian Norman, that shit ain't happening next, bro. Boots already been had a fight date. They ordered the Karen fight. Brian Norman been had a fight date. He's making the first voluntary defense of his title. That shit, that's it, that's all. That's what's about to happen, bro. This shit is just a way for them to keep their name in the media, keep their name buzzing, keep people like me making videos like this for you, talking about the shit. And then now Brian Norman, because Boots Ennis got some haters, Brian Norman gonna have some fans that's like, yo, Boots ducking. Boots gonna have some fans like, yo, he sent the offer, everybody ducking him, the whole division ducking him, and it's just gonna be a good back and forth, and it's gonna keep their name buzzing in the media. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Comment below, smash the like, sub to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.